Hello students. Students, welcome you all to the English class. And today we are doing poem number 9, The Snake Trying, written by W. Ross. Most of us think of snakes as fearsome symbols of death. But the snake in this poem is itself a victim. So the poet says here that humans have a notion, they have the ideas that the snakes are always dangerous and they harm the human beings. And whenever they spot, they notice, they see any snake, they'll try to kill them. But here, in this poem, the poet says here that snake is trying to save himself as he is in danger, as he is in danger from the human being. He is disturbed by the human being. So he is trying to save himself. Also, the poet clarifies in this poem that all the snakes are not dangerous. As the snakes are poisonous, they are venomous, but they do not always kill the human beings. They kill the human beings because sometimes when they are disturbed by the human beings. And also here in this poem also we will read how the snake tries to escape himself from the human being. So now let's start. Read the poem and also we will see the detailed explanation of the poem. So now let's start. The snake trying to escape the pursuing stick. With sudden curvings of thin, long body, how beautiful and graceful are his shapes. Now the poet tells here about a water snake. The water snake is being disturbed by the human being as the human being is pursuing it with the stick. So the snake is trying to escape from the pursuing stick, that is a human being, as being is holding a stick in the hand and he is following the snake. So snake is trying to escape itself from the human being. It is curving its long body into graceful and beautiful shapes, even at this time when it is trying to escape. When the snake crawls, it curves its long body and it seems that the snake is making the very graceful and beautiful shapes. He glides through the water away from the stroke. Oh, let him go over the water into the reeds to hide without hurt. Small and green, he is harmless even to the children. So, here in this poem, in this para, in this stanza, the poet says, the snake slips through the water smoothly and easily to escape from being hit by the stick. Stroke means here to hit someone. So now the snake starts, snake slips through the water very smoothly and easily because it wants to escape from being hit by the stick that is following it. So then the poet says, oh, let him go, let the snake go, because he hopes that the snake is able to escape into the reeds and hide there without being hurt. Reeds means tall and slender leaved plant of the grass family, which grows in water or on marshy ground. So the poet feels that the snake would be able to escape itself into the reeds. So then he hopes and says that let the snake go. And also he says that the snake is small and green and he is harmless even to the little children. The snake doesn't harm the human beings, he is harmless and he is harmless even to the children also. Along the sand he lay until observed and chased away and now he vanishes in the ripples among the green slim reeds. Ripples means the small waves of the water. And reeds means water or marsh plants with thick stems. So here in this para, in this stanza, the poet says that until he was observed and chased away, he was he had stretched itself along the sand. Along the sand he had stretched itself, and now he was observed and chased away by the human beings. So now he vanishes in the ripples, he vanishes in the small waves of the water and hides among the slim green leaves of the water reeds. So the poet says, now he is trying to save itself, to escape itself, because earlier, until it was observed and chased away by the human being, it had stretched itself along the sand, but now it has vanished in the ripples in the small waves of the water, and it has hidden among the slim green leaves of the water reeds because it is trying to escape itself from the human being, from the pursuing stick. So now, students, let's discuss the literary devices used in the poem. Now see in the first para, second line, that is to escape the pursuing stick. Here, the author has used the literary device transferred epithet. So you know what is transferred epithet? Transferred epithet is when an adjective usually used to describe one thing is transferred to another. So here the adjective is pursuing and noun is stick. So the adjective is used with stick, but it is not intended to show that the stick is pursuing. Actually, it is to suggest that some person with a stick in hand is chasing the snake. So the adjective is transferred from the person to the stick. So here it is transferred epithet. And now one more literary device, that is he is harmless. He is harmless. Here the poet has used the literary device alliteration. Alliteration is when the closely connected words have the same sound. So these are the closely connected words he and harmless, and they have the same sound her. So here it is alliteration. And in this poem, no rhyme scheme has been used. The poem is written in free verse. So there is no rhyming scheme. So students, this is all about the poem. And also we have read in the poem that the pain and anxiety of the snake and the ruthlessness of the man has been depicted. So students, this is all about the poem and I hope you have understood. Okay students, goodbye and have a nice day.